Today we are down in Cortez, Colorado. We're meeting up with Philip from Talton Off-Road and Travel. He's in the area doing some camping at Mesa Verde, and I was telling him there's a great little rock crawling place to go hit up nearby. So met up with them down here. And so this is located just in front of the Ute Mountain in Cortez, Colorado. It's a super cool little park, and not a lot of people know about it. So what you got here is the map. These are a couple open areas to open rock crawl in there, and then you got a couple little trails in there. It's really a cool little place that not many people know about except Cortez locals, who typically refer to this as stones. All right, so today we got Philip.
What's up?
and his kids, Elias and Elena, from Talton Off-Road and Travel, meeting up with us out here today. So excited to get to show them around Colorado a little bit, huh?
Yeah, first time in Colorado, first time wheeling anything in Colorado. It's gonna be awesome.
That's awesome. Glad you all could make it.
I
come
appreciate
through
you
here.
driving down here. I didn't realize it was quite 3 hours for you, but I appreciate it.
That's all right. We're always like traveling around Colorado.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and you said you hadn't been here in 5 years, right? So,
Oh, over that, 10 years.
Wow, 10 years.
So we lived in Cortez over 10 years ago. We used to live just right up there, and we've lived in Montrose for the last 10 years. We used to come down to this area, but it's definitely been a long time since we've made it back here. So
well, this will be fun for the both of us.
It is.
This is the first obstacle along the first trail that we're going to hit today. This obstacle is basically like a gatekeeper type obstacle. If you can't go over this, well, then you probably shouldn't be hitting this trail. After we get through the gatekeeper obstacle, we start working our way up the rest of the trail, which is basically a bunch of nuisance rock and diff hanger type rock. You just have to pick your way through it. Nobody's been through this in a long time, so the rock is really clean. There's not any rubber on it. This is our longtime friend, Darren Howard. He's local to the area, so it was fun to be able to catch up with him today. He's been in a few of our other videos as well. This is basically the last obstacle along this trail. It's essentially a giant slab of rock that has a little ledge up above it. However, this one can be tricky if you try to take it straight on. So what most people do is go wide to the driver's side and get that driver's side tire up on that ledge, so they can try and then get the passenger tire up over that ledge as well. Sometimes you just gotta bump it.
Think you can make it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Looks easy.
In the past, I always had to go wide on this one, so now that I had my rear steer crawler here, I wanted to see if I could try and take this one on straight on and work the rear steer and try and get that front end up over that ledge.
Maddie, get out of there.
The traction here is really good, however, climbing 2 ledges at once can be a bit of a challenge.
Hey, don't go underneath them. One more. It's a hair back, Rob.
I end up pulling down a huge rock that will help my
There we
rear
go.
climb this spot.
For me, that's gonna line me up nice.
Ow, hold her.
It was too long a day to leave the dogs at the house, so we had to bring the dogs out with us on the trail. So
Go
the
get
dogs
her.
end up getting away from the girls, and I have to
trying to
pause
get
it so they can do a dog recovery.
Here, let me get under there.
I end up backing up and realigning again so I can try and get that passenger tire up over that ledge.
The rock fell in the perfect place.
Philip works the middle line for a little bit, however with that longer wheelbase, it's going to be better for him to go wide to the driver's side and try and get that front axle up over the top ledge. We move on to the next trail. This is a fun trail with some big slick rock slabs in it. I forgot about this one. It's a short one with just a few fun obstacles on it.
the trail we are going up now is called Twin Rocks. This is one of the cooler trails in this area. Probably the most technical little trail in this area. It's super cool. And nobody's been in here for a while because these trails are overgrown. It's kind of sad that nobody uses this anymore. Look at how overgrown these trails are. Here's the Twin Rocks. No one's running these trails these days. They're all overgrown. Game trail or something. Yeah. Trail comes up through here, up through that set of boulders.
4 to 6 hours from here, you get to see a lot of stuff in the southwest.
So right now we are down here in Mud Springs, and most Colorado rock crawling areas are you just stay on the trail. Right here you enter an open area while going up this trail, and what that means, basically what that means is it's open travel. You can try different stuff. And there's these canyons over here with all these rocks up them that nobody's putting tires on. Looks like somebody may have been through here. I see a few tracks. We'd never tried this one before. It's cool. It goes up through there. It's got this really cool open area in here where it's legal to try any of these little canyons. It's a super cool place.
Now it's my turn to start working up through this section. The last time I was through here, I had a Jeep buggy that was on 39-inch non-sticky tires. So it's definitely, things have changed a lot. And this spot used to really hang me up. This is a really fun section of trail. A lot of diff hanger type rocks, a lot of things to work around. This cool notch slash wall that I can ride up on and kind of split it like a V-notch. I forgot how fun this area really is. Darren starts working the last section of rocks along this trail. This is the trickiest spot to get through.
That was awesome.
After trying the right line a few times, he ends up staying more driver. And how that works is it stays up on these huge rocks. You can see just how big these are compared to a 40-inch tire, with massive holes that you have to avoid falling into. Now it's my turn to start working my way through this section of rocks. I don't know what was going on, but I was definitely off my game a little bit.
More.
Once I get up onto the rocks, I end up making a mistake with my rear steer. In my mind, I wanted to keep it up more driver to stay out of that hole on the passenger side. But what ends up happening is I catch the rear differential on this rock right here because I keep it too high. Then that allows my front to end up sliding down into the hole I was trying to avoid. All of a sudden, my engine starts sputtering and just ends up dying.
That fuel pump doesn't sound happy.
Maybe I'm picking up. Am I low on fuel? Sounds like the fuel pump.
Yeah, I hear it going.
Seems like my fuel system vapor locked right in this spot. So I was trying to slide it down and get the climb right there and shut it off and won't start again. What a great spot.
I decided to let it sit there and cool down for a minute. It was a really hot day. It was definitely in the high 90s, so things were running way hotter than usual.
Good save.
If you like this sort of content, the best way to support the channel is to make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Like the video, leave a comment. Let us know what you think of this amazing little rock crawling place that not a lot of people seem to know about. After it cooled down, we get it fired back up. Now I gotta get out of this bad spot I put myself into.
I don't know this.
You're fine, but you fell into a hole. You have to go driver in the front. In the front when you back up. There you go.
Here's the spot.
After working out of that hole I put myself into, I'm able to finally get on the right line and drive up and out of this one. This is the first time this car has ever vapor locked before, but remember, it is super hot out this day, almost near 100 degrees. So I have a rear mounted radiator, so I don't have a fan up front blowing air across that motor. So what I think I'm gonna do is add a fan to the back of that motor area to keep air blowing through there.
This tire's like a foot from hitting that dog right there.
Once Philip gets lined up, he ends up driving straight through this one, no problem.
So now we're heading over to an area that's considered open OHV. So it has an open OHV system inside of the trail complex.
Hot, Maddie. Stay right there.
A little earlier we had noticed this climb that came out of this valley. So what we wanted to do was on the way back out of this trail, let's go try this climb. Now this one doesn't look bad on video, however, once you get to the top, it feels a little spooky up there because it is a long way back down if anything were to happen. Now all this rock in this section is all part of the open travel area, so any of these lines that you want to try are all free to try. If you're not following Philip from Talton Family Off-Road and Travel channel, you definitely need to check them out. They essentially have sold most of their belongings, including their house, and they're traveling around the country with their camper and their rock crawler and just exploring all these different areas from the East Coast all the way to the West Coast and everything in between. So definitely make sure to check their channel out and check them out on social media.
Yeah, that's a good spot.
That's looking good.
Yeah, right there.
We continue working our way up through the open area. And up in this area, there's a lot of slick rock just sticking out of all these bushes and trees. And there's a bunch of different lines that you can play around or try. As we're playing around and trying out some of these different lines, I see one in the middle that catches my eye. And I notice it's a pretty tight notch, but the way I thought I could approach it was if I could stay up high on the driver's side, lean my cage onto the passenger side, I thought I might be able to shimmy through this spot.
Gotta get higher up, Rob. There you go.
I don't know, Liz.
You got it. Yeah, if you can straighten the back. Wait, hold up. Straighten the back. More driver in the back. There you go.
You can see through the passenger side there's a rock that was sticking out that's really catching my roof and pulling me harder into this rock.
Just letting her cool down.
Are you stuck in a rock in a hard place?
Yep, stuck in a hole.
After another episode of the vapor locking, I get it started again and try it one more time just to see if I can squeeze it through there.
Pull your winch in and try it again. Yeah, now go.
I don't know, Liz.
I can't see, is it stuck in the...
It's into it pretty hard. Yeah, it gets into it.
Yeah, I'll save that for another day.
Look at my tire. I'm gonna break
You
that.
give up?
I don't give up. I'm just gonna break some.
Okay.
Discretion's a better part of our
After I back off, I start to see that big climb right where Darren's standing. I start to think, well, what if I could drive up that and fall into the crack?
No! That's too steep. Froze.
Our camera started to overheat and not work, and at that point I'm backing up and the front end gets real loose. I'm kind of back against those rocks as I started backing up, and Darren uses his weight to keep the front end from going up even further, and I'm able to slowly back off of it. Got a little spooky there for a second.
Are you still trying to climb it or just get off of it?
I'll just back off. I was gonna play with it a second.
I finally decided to call it on this one. I noticed another really fun looking crack just nearby. Figure, well, let's go give this one a shot. Now Philip's going to take a shot working this line. It looks like it's about to go, but that back driver's side tire doesn't end up climbing and ends up staying in that crack. It's hard to tell from this angle, but that back tire was really up against that wall. It had fallen into a bit of a notch, so backing up made it more bound up. As I was walking around to mention to him to try a rear dig, it ends up breaking loose and he's able to back out of this. This time, it follows that line perfectly, crawls right on out. What a great way to end the day down in Cortez.